Your date night is boring. Yeah, it is. It's time to go beyond the bowling and the movies and a dinner. What if we told you there was a secret recipe for how you can take your date night with your partner to the next level? There is one. Find out what it is right now. Welcome to the Home to Haven podcast. We are Terrell and Jen Turner, and this is your home for faith-filled content that helps you communicate in your relationship. This is the place you found your home. Welcome. So good to have you back. If this is your first time listening or watching on YouTube and around all the podcast outlets, we're so glad you joined us today. And make it your home. If you find anything of value that you can take away with you, all we ask is you do a like and subscribe. You don't miss any of our updates. And of course, rate and review the podcast.
That's right.
So we had a wonderful time the other night at the south end of Charlotte.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know or don't live in Charlotte, South End is this great. It's all the rage. It is the it place to be, the happening, popping place to be in Charlotte. So they I'd say roughly about 10 years ago started building outside of Uptown, and they basically extended our downtown. We call it Uptown.
Yeah.
More so. So all this trendy shops,
the cool
pops
place.
and blops.
You're the Charlotte guru because you've been here a while, so you've seen the changes. I'm
born and raised here.
That's right.
Oh. So we decided to do something new. We tried a new restaurant.
Yes.
I used to be a foodie. I used to go to all restaurants when I was single. Yeah. That was the place to find me, was the hip and trendy restaurants.
The new up and coming places, right?
Up and coming. I knew all the joints. I don't know them anymore now because I've been married and,
It takes it away? Takes it away?
You took it away from me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But we went to one of those spots. We'd gone in Charleston.
We had, yes.
And I've gone twice, and it was always like amazing for me.
Okay.
And I thought we'd go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing environment.
Yes. It was a fun experience as well.
It was a fun experience. So we have that video. Yes. And I'll put the link in the description below where we bring you on that date.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Yeah. It was a good glimpse into date night.
How we do date nights.
Yeah.
We try to have
date
fun.
Night. Yeah.
We don't take date night too seriously.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
Which brings us to today's subject matter of trying things new.
That's right. And why trying something new is actually the best type of date nights.
Yeah, we are just got through with another new. You are the artsy person. I am the techie person. And so you've done painting before and things like that. So we did a splatter date, also trendy.
Yes.
And also in Uptown. So
unique experience.
That video just dropped.
That's right.
It's also in the description below. So we've got a brand new playlist on our channel where we bring you into our lives. And we take you on our dates, on our family adventures, on the things that we do, helping you to see like, hey, we're a normal family. Yep. This is what we do. This is how we do it. It can be done.
Yep.
You can balance life, love, and liberty.
You can prioritize a relationship, right? And we're living out, we're married and growing in communication. So we give you a glimpse into those things that we do each and every month.
So why does your date night stink?
Or
why is it?
Is it boring? Is it same old, same old? You have the typical, let's go out to dinner. And there's nothing wrong with that. We love going out to dinner. Yeah. You can have fun with whatever you choose to do, but we are going a little bit outside of the box to talk to you about why those unique experiences can be some of the best times for date nights.
Yeah, the goal is, we're not knocking anybody. If you're at the point where, hey, our date night is right now at a park on a blanket with some bologna sandwiches, hey, great.
Absolutely.
Do that. Invest in your relationship, take that quality time. Absolutely. We would rather do that than nothing at all.
Right.
So it's always important and key to invest in your relationship wherever you are, however you are, as often as you can.
Yeah. Even if it's, at home after the kids go to bed, even if you're squeezing
100%.
in that time or going out in the backyard looking at the stars, those are great date nights as well.
Yeah. The things we want to talk about today is just that secret sauce, the secret ingredient that you're like, this tastes really good. What is in there, right? So what are some things that help take your relationship to the next level? Guys, we can sometimes get lazy, and we can be very guilty of not putting in that extra effort to do some research.
Okay.
Because it takes effort to try to find out, okay, maybe it's a Broadway show, maybe it is a symphony concert, maybe it is some weird escape room or something funky that's out. It takes you to kind of research, find out where it is. An illusion show. There's some kind of
a museum.
room.
Yeah, we have an illusion museum here too.
Yeah, so things like that just keep her on her toes. Something that she did not see coming will go a long way in letting her know that you care.
And sometimes I feel like men would do that more so during the dating phase because they're trying to win that person over, or they're trying to impress them maybe and take them on, cool, exciting, fun dates, show them a good time. And we're telling you not to lose that, not to lose that.
Do you think that though?
I'm still dating. Absolutely.
I'm still kind of curious. Interested to see what people have to say. So jump in the comments. Do you feel like guys are more inventive during dating, or are they still not inventive at all?
No, I think they are.
You kind of just, it was always there the whole time. He didn't care.
Right. True.
He's not that
There's
great.
There's definitely those relationships as well.
Yeah. So comment below and let us know, do you feel if guys are more creative during the dating process or if they are not? Because I feel most guys don't really have the all.
At all, you're saying? They don't really?
Most, I would say.
Okay.
Could probably... come up in the creativity department.
Step it up a little bit.
But, of course, when you see that girl you're pursuing, you're putting that effort in, he'll come up with some stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they at least try to figure out what the girl likes, or at least try to,
for sure,
get that particular person they're after.
If you want the girl.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. What?
Talk, man.
So we are going to talk about why new experiences make the best dates. So one of the main reasons is it gives a fresh perspective and it's not the same old, same old. So in our relationship, I like to plan. I'm pretty structured. I like routine, whereas you are a little more, I want to be spontaneous. You like variety, which is also a little bit different than I like sometimes. So we've really navigated those differences throughout our relationship and really come into, for me, I've learned, okay, spontaneity can be fun. Variety can also be fun, even though I prefer maybe routine or knowing what's about to happen. You have shown me that surprises can be fun. They can be good. I've built trust with you over that. So you're not going to do anything that I'm freaking out about.
Okay.
So when you try new things, you work together as a team as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's one reason why new experiences make the best dates.
Well, I think you said something key that, new things can help build trust. So that's one way to establish trust. Another way to build upon trust, grow trust, is by doing something you've never done before.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be as extreme as skydiving.
No.
But, come out of your comfort zone a little bit. And if your partner's really big into, I don't know, AT wheeling, or if your partner's really big into fishing, or if they're really big into, art, crafts, come out of your shell, your comfort zone, cross the aisle, extend that hand, and say, let me come into your world a little bit and let me experience the things that make you happy, the things that make you, who you are.
Yeah. And you can see your partner in a new light and you can experience different things as well. And which brings us to the next point, is that it really creates shared memories together.
Okay.
And also, hopefully, sometimes shared laughter, which is an important part of a relationship. So when you're experiencing new things together, you're going to have things to talk about later on. Like, do you remember that time that we did this? Or, do you remember when this happened and that was, unexpected, or that really brought me out of my comfort zone? And there's times that we can look back and kind of laugh. It might not have been funny in the moment, but we can look back and now we have, some inside jokes, inside stories, and that really builds a relationship, because what type of great relationship doesn't have those inside stories and inside jokes that are just between, a few people.
Yeah, points in times.
Yeah.
I think I gave you a hard time about a movie you picked when we were dating. You picked to go see Godzilla.
That was really early on in our dating.
Not the original Godzilla. It was the Godzilla that came out in 2014. Whatever that Godzilla was the weirdest. And I mean weirdest movie. At least one of them. Top 5 weirdest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Do you remember the actual movie? Because
I just remember the dude, the monsters didn't even attack the city or anything. It was some scorpion and Godzilla, and the scorpion had like some radioactive baby eggs that was carrying around, and it just made no sense.
I don't even remember the movie, but I do remember that actual date, and you were like very upset about the movie. And I remember like, I didn't think it was that bad, but I remember you were like, that was terrible. But it created like a good memory.
It's a memory, all right.
Yeah. And if you don't have those types of things with the other person, it's kind of dull and boring.
No, absolutely. You don't want your relationship to be dull. One of the things that we do is kind of turn into a tradition. So we have the ability to kind of keep the routine that you like, but it's also something new, is that starting typically after Thanksgiving, we will pick a movie on either Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hallmark and watch a Christmas movie. And we have to watch it start to finish. Right. And there have been some bad ones. There have been some that had like 4 people in the whole movie.
Yes.
There have been some bad Christmas movies.
Yes.
So it gives us a chance to see something new, but it's also the routine that you like, and it's kind of turned into a tradition.
I was wondering where you were going with that when you started the story. And then I was like, yes, I know where you're going. So we pick a fun Christmas movie, and there's been some good ones and some that we definitely remember. Yeah. So again, that's something that doesn't even cost us, money. Easy date. Technically, it can be a date night. Yeah. And it's fun, and it's something new and exciting, and it creates a bond is what we're really after, is creating that deeper connection. And then it also brings things about to talk about. So you're working on your conversation skills and communication skills as well. Yeah.
It's also even growing a skill. Mm-hmm. I'm going to learn how to paint. I've done that. So splattering and splittering, I'm not that great, but it's something you learn. What else have we done? We've done a art museum. We've done some history museums. Mm-hmm. So those are things that we've done that we don't get a chance to normally do. Yep. Again, just getting yourself out of the routine of, we're going to go to the Texas Longhouse tonight. Yep. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Right. But again, it's like, okay, if you've been married 10 years or 5 years or 15, and it's like, what do you want to do tonight? I don't care. Let's get away from that. Right. And let's putting in some effort, and let's saying, okay, don't worry about it. I've got something planned for you tonight. Oh, okay. You know.
Instead of the same old restaurant, you're probably ordering the same thing. You most likely still have your phones out on the table. Yeah, like, it's just very routine.
Right. It's not special. And, even like our prayer lives, think about that. Or, our relationship with the Lord, that can get stale if we don't watch ourselves, the same routine or the same prayers, the same scriptures, church for that matter. Right. Yeah. And so it's not as special. It's not as intimate. And what happens? We're not getting the complete impartation that we could be receiving from our Heavenly Father. Yeah. It's the same thing with your spouse. So, we each have a lot of love to give and receive to one another, but we've got to maximize our deposits to one another by taking that priority, by taking that initiative, by taking that intensity. Yeah. To pour into one another.
And really kindling that flame. I know we talk about growing that spark into a flame. It's the same, like you said, with our prayer life and our spiritual walk, that, we need to keep that stoked, right? We need to keep making sure that it's growing and building, and it transfers over to our marriage relationship, and really putting that intention behind what you're doing, and we're just encouraging you to use that creativity and spark that flame again with new fun experiences.
So you mentioned something out there that let's take a pause back and like kind of do some self-evaluating of, hey, how have I treated that flame or nurtured that? I'm thinking about Survivor. And if you've watched Survivor, the very last challenge of that show is the fire making challenge. Mm-hmm. This determines who goes to the finale. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Can you make fire? Mm-hmm. And they take the flint and they strike, and they're trying to strike. They're trying to get a spark, right? And that's kind of like the dating phase. You're just trying to get that spark. Yeah. You're trying to
see if it flames.
See if we got something, and then poof, it starts a little fire. Well, you don't want to smother it. The flame's going to go out.
True.
You don't want to have a big blaze, and they'll throw on the kindling, and they got a big flame, and it fizzes out because it didn't have a foundation. Yeah. You've got to add the wood, and you've got to slowly nurture it, give it some oxygen, let it breathe, so that it can be a really strong fire that lasts, and it turns from a spark to a flame that's burned to the rope.
Yeah, and it takes, in that case, a lot of different things. So it has a lot of needs. Like you said, it needs some air, it needs some kindling, it needs some sticks. And it also takes, most of the time, if you've watched the show, it takes a good perspective. It takes a good mindset, because those players going in like, I got this, I know I can do this, versus those that are like, I have no chance at this. Right. They really act out what they're believing. So also to set that mindset for your relationship, that God has a great plan for your marriage, and that, it can and is possible, and that you can do these steps that we walk you through in all of our programs and in this podcast, and that, God has a great plan for your marriage, and it can be done.
Yes, he does. And marriage is wonderful. It's beautiful. It adds benefits to our lives. It's not a dull, oh my God. I know I made the reference earlier that I don't go out as much to do new restaurants and foodies because I got married. Ha ha ha. But, that's not to say I don't like being married. It's just to say that was part of my single life that I got a chance to do. I could go out every single night to a restaurant. Well, I can't do that now. Doesn't mean that I hate that. It's just I'm a husband with 2 children. Mm-hmm. And so my place now is to be at home. Yeah. And so I enjoy that the same way I enjoyed going out to all these different restaurants.
Yeah, different seasons.
So it's different seasons. And I still get the chance to bring it. You're not a foodie. Mm-hmm. You will go along. And so I don't want to do it as much because I know you don't enjoy, different Master Chef stuff that's out there. And that's okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm willing because I know it brings you enjoyment. And so putting yourself out there is really key too. And I'm willing to have fun with you. If I don't want to eat that rabbit that's on the menu and you want to try it, I'm at least willing to take a couple bites.
You're willing to take a couple bites.
Enjoy the experience and not be so restrained and constricted that I can't even think about anything besides what I want.
Which I appreciate. And I'm also not so pushy that I'm like, eat this, try this, do it now. Right. You don't love me because you didn't do it. Yeah. So there's balance on both ends. Yeah, there's a balance to try it, and there's a balance to not push some person past their comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where do we get these ideas? How do we come up with stuff? I want the creativity, but Terrell, I'm not as gifted. Okay, well, something just as simple as we did something new. We literally had date night in our grocery store. And that was something that was brand new. We had never done before. Right. But our grocery store has a very nice seating area. There's a wine bar, which we didn't go to, but they have that with live music. Yep. So we did enjoy the live music, but, it was just a date that would cost us nothing but some Starbucks. Right. Because there's a Starbucks inside and talked. Yeah. So that's something that's very simple. It's out of the box, not normal, out of the ordinary things you can do. What are do you have any ideas or tips for, what are some creative things we can do for a date night to the spark? Some
examples of some date nights. So we've mentioned a few along the way, but try a new skill that you've never done. So an art class, a pottery class. There's places where you can make candles, pour your own scents and things.
That's different.
So that's fun.
Okay. So your signature scent?
I mean, we haven't done it yet, but
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. There's painting ones. There's a lot of painting classes, painting canvases. There's, the axe throwing. There's a new one that I do want to try where you're actually like kind of like in a game mode, and you go to different rooms and you're racing against each other to rack up points. You're kind of like in a video game. Okay. So I want to try that out. Okay. So that's a good one. I had another one I was thinking of off the top of my head. Do you have any other ones that we can throw out there?
There's, if your town has it, there's carriage rides. Sometimes
oh, yeah, those are fun.
Your city may have those.
Or the segways.
Segway tours, a bike tour.
Yep. So you're getting into the physical. You can do the rock climbing. You can take a dance class, like you said, a fitness class. Oh, a cooking class. A lot of times you can go
to the malls
or even just find a recipe and make it like yourself in your kitchen. Yep. Something that you haven't tried out before, or baking, something that you're not typically doing every day, and try that out. We got, a little mixing kit, and we were doing some stuff with that. So
we did
a while ago. Yeah. So just trying something new. They have a lot of fun things out there. If you just do a quick Google search for your town, I'm sure a lot of things will pop up too.
Absolutely. So again, just something that goes out of the ordinary of maybe a movie or maybe a dinner, or maybe a restaurant, just something that, again, would bring you and your spouse closer to one another, have that fun. And again, prayerfully, it is a fun, enjoyable, not uptight atmosphere where you guys can enjoy one another and enjoy God's plan for your life. Get anything from this? We hope you did. We hope it helped, that you can ignite that spark, take your relationship to another level, and stop having boring date nights. We don't want boring date nights. So, hey, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. Any ideas, drop them in. Let the whole community know the things you've done that you've really enjoyed, and we can share that one with each other.
That's right. And to continue this, we will have an upcoming relationship challenge coming next month. And those will just be simple, actionable steps that you can take every single day. These should only take you, 5 to 10 minutes. Things that you can do to really pour into your relationship. Learn how to prioritize your relationship, improve your communication skills, and just put that important relationship first in your life.
Love it, love it, love it. Make sure you are locked and loaded. You need to subscribe to our channel so you do not miss any one of our upcoming videos and content. We got some stuff coming. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, we got a trip planned. Woo! You don't want to miss those videos. And so make sure you like and subscribe. Also subscribe on the podcast. We love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. And remember, it's wisdom that builds the house.